Since its inception, media has boomed. Humanity has gone from cave paintings and newspapers to turning the unfathomable into reality, when in moments we can share our thoughts with millions, peek into the secret lives of celebrities, and in a few clicks, your girl can begin the end by Shaquille O'Neal. Social media and media in general has evolved in unthinkable ways, but damn near 30 years ago, this anime predicted it all. But I'm hoping not that shark part, because if I go on my girl's phone and see a 7-foot billionaire, I'm having a damn stroke. Glam, lights, crowd screaming. These are things we dreamed of at least once in our life, and as Mima Kiriko's reality, her dreams of being a singer start to come true after joining an idol group, with music good enough to have her brother twerking. After 2 years of the idol life, she decides to make a career switch to acting. During the worst time possible, the rise of the internet. Now Mima doesn't only have to worry about tomatoes and heckling out in public, but can view negative blog posts from the convenience of her room. After receiving a letter about her website, she logs on and learns that she has a stalker who's posting about her life on the internet. Mima's mental health spirals, the lines between reality and illusion begin to blur, and it becomes clear that Perfect Blue is pure cinema. Every shot or detail is intentionally placed to evoke feeling, emotion. When the camera is doing a random painting shot, is it because the director is a freaky frog? Or is it to emphasize that even in this character's safe place, she's always being observed and judged? The way this movie is edited, its character movements, everything is meticulously done to drive its points home. This movie doesn't hold you by the hand, but instead plays these toxic mind games that keep you on your toes. Right after Mima reads a letter from a stalker, you hear a You're thinking it's going to be some weirdo doing some shit like, is it pink? Instead, it's a call from her mama. Then right as your guard begins to lower, it's a stalker on some psycho shit. These are the mind games this movie plays with you. Throughout the film, Mima is acting in a TV show, so you have this story within a story thing going on. You're watching and thinking, damn, Mima is saying some real shit right now, only to hear a, what the fuck? This isn't something that's actually happening? It's her acting on the TV show? As the lines between reality and illusion blur and become unclear for Mima, it blurs for us, the audience watching. The story seamlessly weaves between reality and the TV show Mima is acting in. It effortlessly puts you in her shoes. As Mima braces to say her lines and get into her TV show character, back to reality. There are so many times this anime baited me into believing the false things I was seeing. I started thinking I needed to be taking meds. Move, bitch! This anime had me doing something I never expected my black ass to be doing. White knighting. Hand me a fucking fedora. The shit that's happening to Shorty is fucked up. For the sake of her new career, Mima goes through some shit. The screenwriter for the show she's working on adds an essay scene for shits and giggles. For someone with a sweet pop idol image, this is a massive risk. When you finally get to the moment of filming, the movie gives you a front row seat. You know the situation isn't real, but you still feel discomfort. When the TV crew fades out the music, you have a sigh of relief. Cut! Take it from the top. You're once again sitting through this bullshit gut-wrenching experience. Mima is at the point of no return. As her idol career disappears from her eyes, her pain and devastation become palpable. For the first time, I'm agreeing with a stalker murderer. Someone gotta do something about this bitch-ass motherfucker, man. This movie is filled with moments that hit. What's even crazier is that these appalling instances mirror the treatment celebrities get in the real world. Mima's home being bombarded by news reporters reminds me of the Princess Diana incident where she died in a car crash trying to avoid the paparazzi, which only happened 26 days after this movie's premiere. A scene with a photographer persuading Mima to strip to then have her explicit pictures published in a magazine reminds me of a similar situation with Iggy Azalea. This movie makes it clear the price of fame is steep, but what can make this price feel steeper is the internet. Mima becomes obsessed with the website her stalker created. All the stalker's mean and falsified statements take their toll on her. She becomes unable to distinguish her hallucinations from reality and starts seeing the stalker's lies as true. The internet controls her. Sound familiar? You can see the parallels between this movie's events and our world currently. People's obsession with social media and the internet, how they use them to tear others down and spread misinformation. People's fixation on their online persona and the effects it has on them mentally.
I am telling you right now, that motherfucker back there is not real.
You telling me Shorty didn't say some nut shit like this after scrolling TikTok too long? Perfect Blue nails the theme of perception, how we struggle with others' views of us, dealing with their expectations, creating a mask to appease or fit in with people, and also how how we view ourselves. Mima goes from a person who was nervous before her idol performances to someone making uncomfortable decisions to avoid troubling the people who helped her career. She wears this mask of being fine with doing these explicit acting scenes, while deep down she battles with her previous image of being a pop idol. She gets bashed and hated through the media. While her former idol group is doing better than ever, her career is just starting. While her peers are advancing, she questions who she is. She questions her reality. Combine all this with the movie's editing, and the story hits like a truck. Now we gotta answer, how the hell did this movie predict so much shit? To answer that, I need to give you a brief crash course on idols. To maximize their marketability, idols have a parasocial relationship with their fan base. These idols interact with their fans in a way that builds the mirage of a close relationship. They have some shit called handshake meetings. Can you imagine Sydney Sweeney doing that? Due to this parasocial relationship, idols maintain an image of dedication and availability to their fans. And as a result, there's one big rule to be followed. No dating. You know it's serious when Jungkook is making public statements basically saying, I do not have a girlfriend, I get no coochie, my only girlfriend is my fan base. Idols have been a thing in Japan since the 60s, so the idea of an idol struggling with fame isn't new. But take that idea and mix it with this movie's take on the internet. Sada Yukimura, Satoshi Kon, y'all boys spazzed. We need to find a way to bring Satoshi Kon back to life because this man was ahead of his time. He could have fucked around and predicted COVID. For Satoshi Kon's directorial debut, he was offered the job of adapting the book Perfect Blue, along with a script for the canceled live-action adaptation of it. My boy looked at the book and said, I ain't reading all that. Cool story though. After looking at the script, he told the author if he was going to direct this film, he would need to make changes. The author agreed under certain conditions. The story needed to be kept about an idol, a stalker, and stay a horror. Satoshi added the internet aspect as a plot device for the movie. He implemented it to convey Mima's hallucinations easier, and it's something that could be used against her by another character. Despite this movie's foresight into how the internet is now, Satoshi never had experience with the internet up to this point. He never even had a computer. So in conclusion, Satoshi Kon never even predicted this stuff on purpose. He really just mixed all the bad shit together and it ended up being the reality we have now. I suggest everyone to watch Perfect Blue. I really have nothing bad to say about it. Think it's great, but that's just my perception. Make sure you guys subscribe, like, comment, and watch all the other banger videos we have on this channel. And that's it for this video. Ayy.